Hey brother, welcome back. I am in the Smoky Mountains. If you've watched my previous two videos, you know that. I'm traveling around in my RV and I'm making good use of my time at night by doing some book reviews, basically telling you which books that I brought with me on this trip and why. And in the last video, we looked at these books. And if you want to know more about that, go watch the previous video. We also talked about journaling, which I'll mention again at the end of this video. So the next book, in no particular order, is, I'm just going to take it right off the top here. The Relationship Manual by George S. Pransky, PhD. Now, the Relationship Manual, here's why this book is important. It really helps to give you some perspective on relationships, and I'll give you one snippet out of here that he talks about, and that is that when we are in a good place in our relationship, we feel very compatible with our partner. When we're not in a we're not in a good place in our relationship, we don't feel compatible with our partner. Now, what's the difference between being in a good place in our relationship and not being in a good place? Okay, there's multiple aspects of that, but one of those is just our thinking. What we think about our partner, whether or not we hold that person in high regard, whether or not we're holding on to resentments. There's more to it, but when those things influence our thinking, then we can feel like we're not in a good place with our partner. We can perceive that we're not in a good place with our partner. And maybe, through all of our resentments and our beliefs and all that kind of stuff like that, the relationship has kind of devolved to a place where she doesn't feel like she's in a good place in our relationship either. But the key point is that depending on where we are is whether or not we feel compatible or not with our partner. And this comes up a lot of times because guys say, well, I don't know if I'm with the right person. Well, if your relationship's not in a good place, you're not going to feel like you're with the right person. But that's all driven by our perceptions and our thoughts, our beliefs, and that shapes our reality, our perceived reality. So this book is the Relationship Handbook, is a good book for that. It says a simple guide to satisfying relationships, and this is the 25th anniversary of edition. So this book has been around a while, and it's definitely worth a read. Now, like I said, I'm gonna mention this briefly at the end of each video because it's that important. If you don't have a journal, start one. Start writing. Don't worry about punctuation. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about being perfect. Just write your thoughts as fast as you can as they come out. Write until you don't have anything else to say. You're not keeping a Dear Diary. You're not talking about, today I went to the supermarket. If you did that and you want to talk about it, great, but that's not the point. You're not trying to keep a diary of events. But you can talk about your day, what happened in your day, and what you were thinking, what you were feeling, and all of that kind of stuff like that. Just don't worry about making it in any kind of particular format. Just write what comes to mind when you open the book. The other part of that is write what you are really feeling and what you're really thinking. Don't just write what you think you would want people to read if they were to open it. I've done that before. I did that in the past. I used to keep a journal years ago, and it was okay, but it wasn't as effective as writing what I really, honestly, authentically was feeling and thinking at the time. And you want to do that because as you have these thoughts, as you express your feelings on the page, there's going to be connecting dots that are going to pop up, and you're going to be like, where did that thought come from? How long have I believed that? What do I believe about that? And there'll be these questions that'll pop up, and you'll write them down in your book, and that will lead to unlocking your beliefs, which will change your life. So get yourself a journal, write in it every day. If you don't write in it every day, don't beat yourself up. This is a gym membership where you're gonna, tear yourself down because you didn't go to the gym. Just when you think about it, when you're feeling it, open it up and write in it. Okay? All right, brother, if you want to talk about any of these books or any of these things that I'm talking about, go to happymancoaching.com and contact me through there, and let's set up a discussion. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Love you, brother. Bye.